feel like every time I come on camera, my hair is different, and it's only been like a week or two. Hello my dears, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela, and I put out beauty related videos when I can. So yes, my hair is officially different again. That is like one of the pros and cons. It's kind of like a mixed feeling thing. Sorry if you could hear my neighbors. Ugh, they walk so loud. I feel like there's elephants living upstairs. And I don't mean that in like a bad way, because elephants are wonderful. They're like my favorite animal, but they're just very loud. The thing about buzz cuts, there's like a good and bad. I have always had mixed feelings about it, but the good always outweighs the bad. Maybe I should make a video all about buzz cuts. I'm back to pretty much my normal hair color. I'm gonna let it kind of rest, because I bleached a heck of a lot in the month of April. So I'm gonna let it rest for a little bit, and then maybe I'll try a different color, because I had a lot of fun with that. And like I said, it's a very short-lived moment, but it's always fun, and I enjoyed being that color. I got a lot of attention, and for somebody who's kind of like an introvert, getting that kind of unwanted attention was a little bit... Anyway, you didn't click on this video because of that. You clicked on this video because I wanted to do makeup that has like two different meanings for me. One, it's like the makeup that makes me feel the most pretty. Like, it's like the makeup that is kind of like my go-to to make me feel better about myself. Not saying that I feel bad about myself, it's just like, you know, when you put on makeup, there is something about it that you obviously like doing. It's something that sort of enhances your beauty, and when you look in the mirror and you see, you know, the blush and the highlight and, you know, your eyeshadows and your eyebrows, and everything just looks a little bit more enhanced. At least for me it does anyway. For me, I feel like it's just enhancing what I already like about myself, just like, okay, fine, like maybe this much more. You get what I'm trying to say. It's something that always makes me feel good about myself, and I enjoy doing my makeup multiple times a week. There are some days where I just don't feel like it, but when I do, I enjoy wearing it, and I also enjoy it when my 5-year-old gives me compliments about my makeup. So it's like a win-win, right? And also, these are kind of like my #1 products. Like, these are kind of like my go-tos. I came up with this video concept because I watched Raw Beauty Christie's last video where she did like a makeover on herself. It was so great. I love her. She's so wonderful. And now that she's a mom, I feel like she's a lot more relatable, because I've been a mom for a few years now, and I needed another mommy beauty guru, if you get what I'm saying. So I loved that she did that. She did a whole thing where she talked about what makes her feel beautiful, and it's the simplest things. And really, honestly, when you become a mom, or if you are a mom, like, you know, it's the simplest things that, like, just throwing on a little bit of eyeshadow or blush, in my opinion, and it's like, it just makes you feel like put together and beautiful and fresh, because sometimes we don't have time for those types of things. And then Allie Glines also put out like her #1 like current go-to products, and those are products that she continues to reach for, and so I kind of combined both of those concepts into one. These are my go-to products that make me feel the most beautiful. So I think that's it. That's my intro. That's all the babbling I'm gonna do, so let's just get right into this. Yes. Okay, so usually I always start with brows on, but I figured, you know what, let's just put them on camera for once. So I'm gonna use one of my go-tos. This is just so great. It's been my go-to for a really long time. I flip-flop between the Instant Lift brow pencil, and then they're like, I think it's like their Precise micro brow pencil. It's like the thinner version. And I like this one just for days where I need to do my brows fast. And so I always start with my brows. I just like to sort of start, you know what, let me zoom you in. What am I doing with my life? Kind of just outline the under part. This brow stopped growing at the tail. This one is longer than this one, so I like to fill mine in a little bit longer here. And the best part about doing your brows first when you don't have any makeup is if you make any mistakes, you can kind of just rub it away. And I have an eye booger. 2 eye boogers. I'm crusty. The part about this brow pencil, it's a little bit waxy, it's a little bit thicker, and the pigmentation is just right. This is why it's like one of their best sellers. And the best part is it's $2. You can't go wrong with that. I also love the spoolie on this, and just like that, brow is done. I'm just gonna do the other one real quick. Yep, my brows never look the same. They are neighbors. They are not twins. They're not sisters. They're not even related at all. Just neighbors. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why I like this pencil. The brows are put on really, really quickly. Formula is consistent, and it's $2. I definitely have a backup of this for a reason. For primers, I'm a little extra, and I use two. I've been really liking this AOA Studio Hydrating Face Primer. I'm extremely dry, and I've noticed lately, because we're getting into that like summertime here in California, desert weather, pretty much dry all the time, and I feel like I need extra hydration, but at the same time, I've got large pores, so I feel like I also have to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, so I'm going to apply this all over my face and then stick the Poreless Primer in the porous parts of my face. And I'm just going to, oh my gosh, it feels so good. It's like cooling and hydrating, and it smells like fresh cucumber melon in the most wonderful way. Like, it's not irritating at all. I have very sensitive skin too, so I do prefer products that are unscented, but this one does not bother my skin at all. And as mentioned, I'm going to use a little bit of this guy, which, look at that giant pan. I love this stuff. It's so good. And I just like to focus this product in this area using my monitor as a mirror. Pretty much just smothered this stuff all over my face because I got really distracted. For a foundation, I just love this so much. I keep coming right back to this foundation. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light 70W. I've got that much left. I'm like marked it the other day, and I think I'm gonna repurchase this. This will probably be the first, this is gonna be the first foundation in a really, really long time that I repurchase, because I wholeheartedly love the way that this looks on the skin. It pairs well with any primer that I ever use with it, and it just looks beautiful on the skin. I'm just gonna pick up some of that product on my brush. And you see how perfect that color matches? It just like blended right into my skin. Like, what? I feel like I just need a tiny bit more, like half a pump, for my forehead. I feel like Uncle Fester for sure right now. I think I am just gonna do a tiniest bit more. I do like to build up product kind of like in my cheek area. This is like the part where I get the most like red, and I have some acne scars and such that I like to just hide as much as possible, you know, what we do best. Concealer, my ride or die is definitely the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is the best concealer ever, the best concealer ever that I've ever tried. It beats everything else that I've got, and I just continue to use this product because it's just so amazing under the eyes. It gives me the coverage I want, and it's also hydrating, so it doesn't make me look crepey or older than I already am. So absolutely love this product, and it definitely makes me feel beautiful. See that? Look at how good that looks. And I don't need to go back in with the second layer. Some days I do, I'm not gonna lie, especially on days where I don't get good sleep, but I feel like today one layer is enough. Yes. For bronzer, I've used this bronzer I think for almost a year now. Yeah, and it's honestly, there is nothing nothing has piqued my interest because this is just so damn good. I cannot get away from it. And that is the Soul Body Body Bronzing Balm. This is a face and body bronzer, and this is fantastic. I highly recommend this. If anything, out of everything that I'm talking about today, you should totally buy this bronzer. One, I believe it's like 15 bucks, and two, you get so much product in here that it'll take a lifetime, even if you use it every day, to go through it. I've had mine, like I said, for a year. You could see I have a dip in there, but this is going to continue to go. Like, I feel like I can get like a whole nother year or 2 years worth of product. And I'm just going to be using this brush. I think I picked up too much, but I'm just going to be using this brush here. And I just love the way that this applies. It goes on like almost, I don't want to say sheer, but it doesn't go on as pigmented as, you know, most cream bronzers apply. And then it builds up like, oh, perfection. It looks great. It comes in so many different colors. And I just have raved and raved and raved about this product for so long. And I'm so surprised that not very many people use it or know about it. Mention what color I'm in. I'm in the shade medium, by the way, but I feel like you can pretty much get away, like I could probably get away with using like a deeper shade, something with like a little bit more of a red undertone. This one is a little bit on the warmer side, but I don't mind it. I think it looks really pretty on my particular skin tone, and so I love this. Now for blush. This was a really hard one. There's so many blushes that I love that make me feel beautiful every single time, but this one in particular is just, it never lets me down. One always just flatters me in every shape, way, or form. Like even if I have texture on my cheeks or whatever, or I feel like or if I'm breaking out, I have like a warm or neutral like eyeshadow look, this is just the most flattering blush on me, in my opinion, and honestly that's the only opinion that matters. That is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in this shade Drop of a Hat. This is just beautiful. It's a beautiful glowy blush, and I think because it has this like really pretty gold reflect on my skin, it just looks stunning every single time that I use it. And I'm just going to use that same brush that I applied the bronzer to apply the blush. Picks up nicely with this brush, by the way. If you're curious, this is an AOA Studio F3 brush. I'll have all the brushes and stuff that I've used linked down below. They are affiliate links. I do make a small commission if you purchase from them, just so you know. But this blush is just, I already feel so beautiful. This looks so stunning. It flatters the way that the light catches it, and it shines. Like, it just always makes me feel super pretty, and I enjoy wearing it as often as I can. I hope they still have this blush on their website because it's so beautiful. It should never like be discontinued, because you know how ColourPop works. Like, they put out a product and then like 3 weeks later they discontinue it because something new is coming, right? Look at how beautiful that blush and bronzer like just like melt in together really well, and it just gives the skin like this beautiful natural like glow. And like I said, because it has that golden undertone, I think it just flatters my skin tone the most. Before I go in with highlighter, I'm just gonna powder my face a little bit. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder is absolutely stunning. If you're a dry skin person such as myself, this has a really nice, beautiful sheen. Oh gosh, I took out too much. I'm gonna take my sponge and press out a little bit of the creasing. The e.l.f. Camo Concealer does crease the tiniest bit, but I've got wrinkles, so obviously it's going to crease. I've never met a concealer that didn't crease. I'm just gonna take a little bit on the sponge and just kind of press it into that. I don't want too much powder under the eyes because they will look crepey and dry, but I do like to press just a little bit. And that's all. That's all I'm gonna do for the under eyes. For the rest of the face, I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush, and I just like to pick up a little bit on the brush, kind of like, and press this on my face. I don't like too much powder, but this powder does look beautiful on the skin. It doesn't look like I'm even wearing any powder at all. And that's why I love it so much. For highlighter, honestly, I'm not big on highlighter anymore. You guys know that I love blush. So blush is like my main focus, and I haven't purchased too many highlighters. I did buy a couple of those e.l.f. face duos that come with the highlighters in them, but I wasn't buying them for the highlighters. I was definitely buying it for the blush because I'm a blush fiend. But as far as highlighters, honestly, any highlighter goes as long as the undertone is right and the formula is smooth. Like I'm gonna love that. But I really like Champagne Pop. Like BECCA's Champagne Pop is really nice. It's a beautiful color. It looks great on the skin. I barely tap my brush into that, and I kind of shake it a little bit. And applying the tiniest bit on the high points of my cheeks is honestly all that I want. Like, I don't want a super intense, like glittery, you know, stripe on my face anymore. I just want the tiniest hint of glow, and that right there, that's perfect. For a setting spray, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. This is a lovely, like, long-lasting makeup spray that's gonna make your makeup last long, and it's gonna give you a beautiful, like, glowy look. So take a look at my face right now. Looking not matte, but not necessarily super glowy, and let's spray this magic mist on my face. And yes, I always over apply. Don't come at me. See how the skin now has this like, this like lovely, delicious glow. Like, it just made me look 10 times more youthful, and it melts everything just so right. Like, I love the way that everything looks. If you're an oily person, this may not be your favorite. I know that most people with oily skin prefer a matte finish or a matte look, but if you're somebody who has like combination to dry skin, like, you're gonna love that. Like, for my eyes, I love simplicity. Simplicity is just the key to my success when it comes to feeling beautiful in my makeup, and I love these little e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. I like hit pan on this one the other day, and I feel like when I finish this entire shade, I'm just gonna repurchase the whole thing because it's only $3, and I absolutely love that shade, and I don't think I can live without it. So I'm going to start in Carnival Candy with, of course, this wonderful bone colored shade. I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush and sort of just apply this like all over the eyelid. I think I'm going to go into the Mint Melt one and go into this really pretty brown shade using that same brush and apply that right into the crease. I'm going to take a clean brush and sort of just continue to blend. I want this to be like nice and soft. I think I'm going to go into the pumpkin pie one now, and I'm going to take this caramel-like color on this particular brush, and I'm just going to apply that like all over the lid. This is a dual-ended brush, so I'm just going to take the other side and pick up that same color I just used on the other side and smudge it out on the lower lash line. I think I'm just going to take a little bit more of this particular shade, and I'm just going to use that same brush and pack it all over the lid. Sometimes I just like to pick like 2 shades and mostly just keep the whole look matte. I love matte eyeshadows, but today I feel like I need a little extra something. I'm going to take this shade right here. This is the most beautiful bronze shade. I really like bronzy shades like this right now. Oh my gosh, do you see how beautiful that is? This is a $3 palette, and that shade alone is worth the $3. This is, just you wait and see. it looks so pretty. It's so simple, but it's so pretty, and this is just my vibe lately and what I feel the most beautiful in. Just like tapping it on my eyelid, and look at how beautiful that is. And on top of that, my finger is dry. Like, there's nothing on my finger except for this product, and it just applies. It almost applies like a cream eyeshadow, but it's a powder, regular eyeshadow, and it just looks stunning. Take my same brush and just kind of blend that little line out a little bit there. Make sure it's nice and seamless. For inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna use the highlight that I used on my face. I love matching the inner corner highlight to my face highlighter. I think it just looks beautiful when you match your inner corner highlight to your face highlight. Now I'm gonna apply some brow gel. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I feel naked without putting on an eyebrow gel, no joke. I always feel like my eyebrows look so messy and unruly, and if I don't put on a brow gel, it's like I left the house without a bra on, and I wouldn't do that. For mascaras, I've raved about these ones too. They're my go-to and the ones that I continue to repurchase over and over again. These are the AOA Studios Fat Lash Mascara for the top lashes, and then the Skinny Mascara for the lower lashes. These are just, they never do me wrong. But I'm gonna use the skinny one for the lower lash. And then the fat lash for the top lashes. This one does take a while to build up, but after a few coats, it makes my eyelashes look really, really pretty. Can you see the difference? No mascara, mascara. For lips, I love the Rare Beauty Nearly Neutral Lip Balm. This is just a super nice, comfortable formula. I'm not much of a lip girl. I just wear chapstick all day, to be honest, but this just is really, really nice on days where I know I'm gonna stay home, I don't need to put on a mask, and I just want a little hint of color on my lips, and it looks beautiful, it feels nice, it's not overly pigmented to where, you know, it gets all over your teeth or it gets all over your face when you eat and things like that. It has a really, really nice color to where it looks like my lips aren't like, you know, muted and crusty like they kind of look like now. Do you see that difference? Instant. They give my lips life, and it feels like I'm just wearing a lip balm, to be honest. So here is my finished look. This is the look that I feel the most confident, the most beautiful, the most radiant, youthful. I love this makeup. It's my go-to, using my favorite products that I have wholeheartedly loved for quite some time now. I just love the way that everything turns out every single time. I also love that it's a mixture of some high-end products, like a sprinkle of high-end, because you guys, like I said, you know me, I am a frugal queen when it comes to makeup. So I just love that everything comes together so beautifully. I feel beautiful, comfortable, and yeah, that's basically the entire idea or premise of this video. I just wanted to sit down and put on my favorite products that make me feel the most beautiful every single time, and I'm feeling myself. You can totally feel yourself too when you've got all of your favorite makeup products on, because I totally encourage it. And let me know what your favorite beauty products are that make you feel the most beautiful, if there's like one or two or however many you feel the most comfortable and more beautiful in, because I'm curious and genuinely want to know whether or not I've got them in my collection. If not, then maybe I need to pick them up. So let me know what you really, really like. So yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and spread my love for makeup, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Mwah. Bye-bye.